Okay, friends, it is time to make a fun animated image of you and Santa hanging out. So I'm going to take you through how I created this step by step. To get started, I'm going to go into Canva and I'm going to use this Facebook post just because it gives me a nice rectangle canvas to build off of. I'm going to go into Elements, and then at the top, I am looking for a cool Santa. Now you might want Santa on a motorcycle, Santa at the beach, Santa lifting weights, Santa with puppies, whatever it is, you search for it. So I'm going to choose photos and select my image here. And then I'm just going to quickly resize this to fill most of my canvas. Now, I'm not really caring about this white space. If that bothers you, you do you. Either way, this is just for fun. Now, I've got Santa as my first layer. I'm going to come over to my uploads. And before I started this project, I actually took a selfie, uploaded it, and removed the background so it was ready to use. That's helpful to have, but you might need to figure out your background before you can figure out your pose. So I'm just going to do a quick resize, make this a little bit bigger so it looks like Santa and I are hanging out. And oh dear, your girl needs a tan. So I'm going to quickly just adjust this so it looks like Santa and I actually have been to the beach together, maybe Miami for a weekend. I don't know. And now we're going to start working on our layering. So we actually have two options here. So in my original template, one of the things that I played with was using the ability to magic grab. So I don't know if this is a new-ish feature, but essentially what it does is it grabs the main object in the scene and just separates it from the background. So that could be a possible option depending on how your photo is set up. Now, it might be that you have a lot of different elements that you actually want to keep, and removing that background would be an issue. So another option, click on your background. I'm going to come to my three dots or Control D, and I'm just going to duplicate that image and then line it up, and we'll go into Edit Photo, and I'll choose Background Removal Tool, and it has isolated Santa. So I still have one in the background, but I'm not too worried about that, but I've got Santa at the front. Now, if for any reason, as I mentioned, there's elements that have disappeared, use these tools here to possibly restore parts of the screen. Now, one thing that's helpful is you can actually have the original image activated, so I know what I need to come back and color in, and I can restore that, or I can even do additional erasing. Okay, so we're living in layers. I've got background, Melissa, and Santa. Now let's start adding some fun things. I'm going to come back to my elements, and this time I want falling snow. And I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go into videos and find one, and pay attention to these little timers because that's going to be important later on. So I actually kind of like this one, and I want this animation layered all the way across my picture. Oh, come on, buddy. Are you having a little brain fart there? Drag it across. There we go. Now you might be thinking, wow, Melissa, snowflakes are beautiful, but I literally can't see anything. You're right. So we have two options here. So option one is I can play with my transparency. So I could tone down those snowflakes so you can still see me and Santa, but we're kind of at the forefront. Or again, with my layers, I'm going to go into position, open that layer tab, and then I've got my background here. I'm going to layer this so it's between the background, but Santa and I are still at the forefront. Now, because I'm a little bit excessive, I also feel like I need twinkling lights. This is why I'm not allowed to have glitter, because it would be everywhere. But it's a problem, and I'm okay with that. All right, so I'm going to layer this one, maybe just like at the top-ish. And I think I'm only going to change the transparency. Oh, yeah, that's cute. I like that. Okay, no, just kidding. That's going to bug me at the bottom. Ugh, this is fine. Everything's fine. All right, last thing, we need some text. So I'm going to come into my text and find holiday, something cute that I can throw on there. Yes. And let's quickly type in BFFs for, oh boy. Yes, this is true. Me and Santa forever. Oh, if only he knew. Okay, so I've got this resized. Let's move this down. Maybe change that a little. Oh yeah, that's cute. That's better. Resize it a little bit. Now, I did mention I'm a tad bit extra, so I think I need to add animation. So I've got the option. I could click on my text and animate just the text. maybe, or the entire page, because why not? Go big. Oh boy, yep, that's definitely it. All right, now the last piece that you could add, if you are like Melissa and you like to, be all the things, is how about some holiday music? Yes. Okay, so I've typed in the topic I want. I'm going to come over to audio. You can hover right on that square and that will give you the option to play the music, or just simply click on it and we'll add it to the bottom. Now, one thing I want to point out, I mentioned earlier that the timing on the animations is important. You'll notice right now this whole thing is 29 seconds. So if I click here and I go into my positions, right now my twinkling lights, I can see that's an 8-second clip, and my snowfall is a 29-second clip. Nobody needs to watch my face for 30 seconds. So I'm going to click on the scissors, and it's going to give me this bar that I can trim down. And let's make them both about the same. Beautiful. And now my entire thing, if we hit play, is a delightful 8-second clip of me and Santa. All right, your last step, download this and add it to our Padlet.